All right, so we're back here in the garage with the Platinum. First, I want to show y'all a few things before we get to the video. The video is going to be replacing some more chrome. These mirror caps have got to go. I got some paint match ones. But I'm going to show you a couple of things that I've already got here. I got these from a guy online. Great seller. He's on the F150 for sale forums. I coated these with C quartz. I think SIC I just used on these right here. They came out great. I did a little polish on them first with a little Meguiar's 205 and a orange CCS pad, and they turned out great after being coated. I've went ahead and got the front bumper protection film. I don't know if you can kind of see the line right here where it's at, but I got PPF on the front. This part and this part right here is all PPF on the front. Try to keep the rock chips from happening on the front of the truck there. Also got a bed liner from Line-X sprayed in. If you go get a bed liner from Line-X, they're gonna wanna coat the bolts. Tell them to take the bolts out, because if they coat over the top of those bolts, let me tell you, it's gonna be a real pain to chip that coating out of there and get those out. This is done by Line-X in Pelham, Alabama. And man, it's hard to impress me with stuff, but I'll tell you, Chase Tubbs at Insane Paint consistently impresses me with things that he does. Neil at CGS Vinyl consistently impresses me, even though I hadn't spoken to him in a while because of life. And another company that I found here, Line-X and Pelham. I mean, they just did a fantastic job. They even taped around things like this. Taped around that. They take those off from the factory. Those, you can see paint back behind them. So they take all that stuff off. They take all of these things off of the truck, like this little tie down, all this stuff, the whole back bed piece here. All that stuff is taken off, and it's done right to Ford specs. He said they get specs from Ford about where to coat right here to make sure that these electric, auto opening, closing tailgates work properly. And it's just, it looks freaking perfect. I love it. All right, so now that we got those few things, oh yeah, also PPF on these pillars right here too. Also done by Insane Paint, Chase, he's a great guy. So now we're gonna move on to getting these mirrors off. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to take the entire mirror off the truck, and I'm doing that because I'm gonna coat this plastic, and it's much easier to do this stuff with the mirror off the truck. Replacing these mirror caps, you don't have to take the mirror off. You can actually leave it on the truck and just push up in this corner and have the mirror tilted up and to the right. And you want this bottom corner, you can get back behind the mirror glass and pop the glass off. When you get the glass off, there's just, I think, 4 or 6 screws holding this cap onto this frame. I'm gonna do it off the truck. You can do it on the truck, of course, but since I'm taking them off, I'll show you how to get them off. It's real easy. Then I'll show you how to get the mirror caps off themselves. First thing you have to do is take this side panel off here on both sides. Might be different from yours because I have this Blue Cruise module, but they're all got just pop clips. You get back behind it, pop this bad boy out. Let's see what we're caught on down here. It's just another clip down here in the bottom, about right here. My finger's back there. Pull that out. All right. So mine, don't be so aggressive with it, because mine, I pulled the sensor out, and it looks like, thank God it didn't break. So I'll pop that back in there, but be careful with yours, because you really want to leave this on this piece right here. Don't be as aggressive as I was. Learn from my mistakes. So if yours pops out like mine did here, I'm gonna go ahead and show you. So the clips, you see the little buttons here at the front edge. You just get it up under that. Let me look at it with my eyes instead of through this thinking camera. Get those lined up into place, just like that. Then push it back down in. I was expecting it to make a click, but it didn't make a click, but it is in there. Okay, so just make sure you pull on it lightly and make sure that's in there the way that it should be. Okay, it can't go in but one way because of the way that it's shaped. But like I said before, learn from my mistakes. Don't pull so hard. So the next thing you have to do, if you don't have Blue Cruise, you wouldn't have to worry about that. The next thing we have to do is unclip this. There's a little push pin right here. Push that with your finger. Pull and unplug that right there. And then down here, underneath is the push pin. Probably that looks like for the camera. So this right here is your push pin. If you don't have the camera, you won't have to worry about that either. Pull that down. There's going to be 10 millimeter here, 10 millimeter here, 10 here, and 10 here to get this mirror off. But first, what I'm going to do is turn the key on, and I'm going to roll this window down. That way, because I just don't trust it. I don't want my mirror to fall off while I'm taking these bolts out. So let me do that. All right, so that's about the best camera angle that I can give you there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out 3 of these. Take this bottom one out. These 2 on this side. And this one. I'll get it like this and just do this with my fingers. And pull the mirror on out of there. And that's the whole mirror out. So then I'll just repeat the same thing on the other side, and I won't have a camera to deal with, or the Blue Cruise eye sensor, whatever they call that damn thing. I won't have that to deal with for Blue Cruise. So push the mirror all the way up and to the right. You can imagine if this is the truck, this is the driver's side mirror. And of course, this would be easier on the truck, but I've seen videos of flathead screwdrivers and whatnot. I wanted something with a little padding on it. But you want to be behind the mirror. If you can look under exactly where the stuff is. And it's going to sound like crap. But if you do it just right, you'll get it to separate. So what I was saying is, you want to get somewhere around into this area on the mirror. But you don't want to be under this right here, because that's going to damage some stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and unpin these wires right here. And your bolts to take your mirror cap off is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts there. And they're Torx. So let me get that out. All right, so it looks like you can barely see it here, but T15 is what we're looking for. I actually had a driver. So I'll go ahead and take these out of here. Again, the reason I'm taking this whole mirror off like this, because I'm coating all this plastic. The caps I actually received a few days ago, and I've already ceramic coated the caps. I polished them and ceramic coated them, and they're sitting back in the bedroom there. So those are totally cured. They've been coated about 3 days ago. And this one stayed in here. See if I can get it to come out. There we go. So what I'm going to do, if you're on the truck, you really didn't have to do that. You wouldn't have to do this. You could just simply, leave all these wires attached, and I would actually recommend it that way if you're not real confident in what you're doing. Let's see, these have got like a little push on both sides. We have to get a little pick tool, but I'm going to disconnect all these wires and actually remove this piece of glass, because I don't want it dangling around. I'm going to be coating this thing with a ceramic coating. I'm going to use Quartz Deluxe on the plastic, and I just don't want this mirror cap, or this mirror itself, flopping around everywhere. There's one less thing to worry about. Now this has this little white clip here. So push down on that, and that'll come unclipped. These here, just remember which side. The white line is going to be on the right, on the driver's mirror. And I can go back to this video to reference that. This will be your left mirror. And just to get a little close up of how that kind of clips in onto this round piece here, and that's what you're popping out. So now with those 4 screws out, turn this over. This cap should just lift right off of here. And it goes towards the truck. See how it's angled? Goes up. Now, if you didn't get these pieces with your cap right here, you would squeeze both sides here, and this piece right here just pops out and you can transfer it. Mine has these, and I've already coated that too. So put that, I guess, down here. I ain't worried about that hey paw chrome hanging off of it everywhere. Just be careful with this piece right here. It's got your light and everything in it. And again, I'm coating all this stuff, so I'll be kind of disconnecting these things and taking this light and stuff out and doing more than what you would be doing. So at this point, if you're just replacing the caps, you put your new cap on, make sure that all this is lined up and goes in there properly. When you put your new cap on, just make sure before you push it all the way on, and then hold a little pressure on your cap while you're tightening the bolts up. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and do the coating and come back. For you, it'll be instant. For me, it'll be a couple days later, and I'll show you how to put the caps back on and how to pop the mirror back in place. And it's gonna be very easy. Okay, so here we are with the mirror the way that you guys would have it if you're just replacing the mirror caps. Everything's kind of labeled left or right. It's kind of hard to mess it up. But what you'll do is you'll come down from the top like that. And that actually slid right into place. And a little bit of pushing here to get it down where it needs to be. As you can see, I'm gonna flip it over on this towel here. And everything right here is lined up just the way you needed it to be. You take your 4 screws and put your 4 screws in. I like to get them all just kind of barely snug first when I'm putting in screws for something like this, or bolts, anything that has multiple, and then come back and tighten them once I get them all just kind of barely snug. That way it brings everything up and together where it needs to be before you really start, tightening down on stuff. This one, I'll go ahead, tighten it down. Don't ask me how many inch pounds. Probably isn't even a rating on these. Just don't over tighten them. They're in plastic. Now that's together. So what we'll do is we'll just take our mirror, and this will clip back on to this piece. And this is my passenger side mirror. And there you have it. Installed, ready to go back on the truck. Go ahead and clean this mirror off a little bit, and then I'll show y'all what they look like on the truck. Everything's pretty straightforward to put it back on, just so people will know, I guess, what it looks like with the painted mirror caps. I'll show that, and then we'll wrap up the video. Here they are on the truck. The chrome delete is almost done. The steps, these pieces up here, I mean, it's transforming the way this truck looks. Get back a little, bam. Oh yeah. Much, much better. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this grill. These grills are expensive. I kind of like the way it looks like that. I may just leave it like that with the middle bar smoked out. I've got black Ford emblems coming from Ford, and this chrome piece down here at the bottom is gonna have to go along with those tow hooks. And then I think I'll be pretty satisfied. Door handles, I'm gonna get some color match on that. And then back here on the back, I've got the black platinum. I'm gonna have the black Ford badge over here. And I'm gonna figure out a way to black out this F-150 over here. And then I'll be pretty damn happy. So that's just another little short video. Hopefully this helps some folks out on how to get the mirrors off, how to get the mirror caps off. There might be some other videos out here. A lot of them are for standard mirrors. They don't have as many connections and stuff as what these mirrors have. Maybe this will help somebody out. Appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more. I got all kind of things coming. Start stop. That's a little bit different. Start stop eliminator. It's not the traditional one. It's one made by another company. It's a little easier to install. And a bunch of other stuff. So y'all just stay tuned to the channel. If you think somebody that you know might like this content, go ahead and share this with them. Thanks.